Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Lady J, and welcome to Straight Vibin'. I know it's been about a week and a half since I've been on, almost 2 weeks, but I was going through some stuff and I'm back. So today, I feel I need to talk about everybody going through it right now. I feel some people need to hear this for many reasons. Some need to be reminded, and some just need to know they're not alone. For myself, it's this whole pandemic has brought everybody to a point of frustration, anxiety. I mean, we can list off things forever, really. But people are really going through it. Regardless, someone's feeling it. Someone feels frustrated, with whatever, however it plays out to be in their life. And I find for myself when I'm going through, my stuff, I feel I have to fall back from people. And sometimes I know people need to reach out, which is true. We do need to reach out to each other more than we have ever at this point. But there are moments where we feel that reaching out just isn't something we want to do. Could be many reasons. It could be because we don't want to burden somebody with our stuff, or we rather just deal with it on our own, or we don't know how to go about putting it out there for someone to understand where we're coming from, and it tends to be overwhelming for a lot of folks, especially when they don't know how to manage it. For myself, it's me, my mother, and my daughter. And some days are just overtaken more than others. Like there's times I just don't have any motivation to get up and do things. Even just to get out of bed, it feels like pulling teeth. And, at some capacity, I just feel like weighed down. I mean, even though I have expressed through this pandemic, I've, did a lot of thinking and self-growth, which is very true. But also at the same time, it's been hard. And there's days I just don't want to associate with anybody. There's days I just don't want to hear anybody's, things, because I just feel it's adding to what I'm going through. So I'll put myself first before listening on to anybody else's stuff. And it's not a thing that I don't give a damn. It's a thing I love myself more. And sometimes, especially when you find your peace, at times it feels that if you open the doors to people who don't have that same peace, it disturbs yours. And for me, I can't function. I just feel like introverted as shit. And I'm extroverted as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm extroverted, but this new life that we've taken on has made me somewhat introverted. And at times it really doesn't bother me. And then when I get integrated with people and stuff, and sometimes I'm reminded as to, you know what? Now I know why I keep to myself, but y'all need to realize that you are not alone. You are not alone in feeling unmotivated. You're not alone as far as feeling anxiety or feeling overwhelmed. Uncertain, especially uncertainty. I'm sure that plays a huge part with anybody who's watching this right now. Just the uncertainty of everything. I mean, even your day to day now is so uncertain because everything's just changed. And it's like, well, how do you adapt with that? It's hard. I mean, after 14 months of living this kind of life, it's for some that, they've been able to, find a way to, get through it or find other tools to, make it easier for them. But some and most haven't been able to do that. And we kind of look to each other for support and encouragement. I love being there for people. I do. But I just feel, as I found my peace in certain things, I feel when I allow certain people in, I feel like my peace is being disturbed and unsettled, and I don't like that feeling. So I distance myself and just, nothing personal, but I just love me more. So how do you get through? Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can answer that. I mean, it's different from person to person for sure. I don't even know if there's a right or a wrong answer for that, due to the fact because everybody's different and everybody deals with traumas differently. Everybody deals with their anxiety differently. Definitely, I know reaching out to people helps, but again, a lot of people there's people that just they're going through their own stuff, and I can speak for myself, so I'll speak for that group of people that feel the same way as I do. Like I said earlier, I do love being there for people, but like I said, when it comes to my peace of mind, sometimes that what they're feeling weighs on you, and it kind of brings you out of your good vibes, and all of a sudden now you just feel weighted. It's like, oh man, and it's how do you not take offense to that? I think really to answer that, it varies from person to person. Some people can understand that and, adjust accordingly and be like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to find another way to, release or whatever. And some people are just that needy of others. And I get that. But at times you have to find it within yourself. At the end of the day, I mean, and I know it sounds cliche as shit, but it's true. All you have is you. Find tools to try to get through that. I don't want to sit there and say you should feel ashamed of reaching out. I'm not saying that. No, not at all. You definitely need to reach out because, we need that. We need to know that we're not alone. But how do you differentiate as to who you can reach out to and who can actually be there for you? The only thing in my mind I feel you could do is just ask a person, do you mind? I'm really going through it. Can I reach out? You know what I mean? Kind of feel where a person's at. This is the only thing I can think of, and I'm sure there's other ways. If you guys know other, tools and mechanisms you use, feel free to drop that in the comments for anybody who might be watching this, because, like I said, everybody deals with it differently. For myself, I'm just the breed of person that I just cannot have my energies weighed down more than they already are. So, and I let the people know that reach out. It's like, no offense, but I'm going through it. I need my space, because for myself, when people dump on me, I get uncomfortable. And all of a sudden, there might be at times where all of a sudden I just might end up triggering off. And I don't want to trigger off, because triggering off could end up, hurting someone's feelings, not knowingly. You know what I mean? And so I feel we as people, no matter if you're going through it or you need someone to be there for you as you go through it, communicate it effectively that you need someone to talk to, that you need someone who actually will take the time and listen to you. And if they can't do it for you, please don't take offense to it. It's like I just said, and you come first. Your peace of mind comes first. And at times you have to set those boundaries in place. And I know some people will have the tendency of trying to lay a guilt trip on somebody to try to, get that attention. And it's like, for those folks that do that, don't do that. Please don't do that. It's kind of manipulating and controlling. And I understand it's tough. It's tough when you're already dealing with existing traumas from, whether it's, previous incidences in your life, and now with the pandemic, you may have family that moved in with you. You may have lost a job, the instability in your job, because if 1 minute you're called back to work. Oh, now we got to shut down again. And everybody's going through it now. It's like parenting. That's a whole new way than what I, was raising my kids. I mean, homeschooling. I I can't even fathom what it's like to be a parent in this day and age. And I'm so thankful to God that my kids are adults now and, they're living their own lives, because I don't know if I could handle raising a family from, at a young age in these times. It's hard. You got to help your kids with homework even more so now. And it's just, so how do you deal? Like I said, we have to look to each other to find support, encouragement, tools, you know, just gotta just be woke. Like I always we talk about in the previous episodes, we have to awake ourselves and hold ourselves accountable for certain things. And I know at times it's easier said than done, but don't stress over the stuff you can't control, because that tends to create a lot of feelings that, don't really need to be drenched up. You know what I mean? On something that you can't control, like with what's going on in the world. I mean, we can't control what the governments are doing and what they're implementing. We can't do nothing about that. However, we do have control of what's going on within our home, within our lives, right? And that comes to, communicating and socializing with people. And I know people that have totally secluded themselves because of this, because they're just so weighed down. And it's just like, and I know, like I said, I get like that too, where I just don't feel I want to talk to anybody because I don't want to dump whatever it is I'm going through on somebody, even though I know I got people there, but I know people are going through it. And I know for me, I always put other people's stuff before my own, until last fall, I finally was like, yo, I'm sorry, I can't hear your stuff right now. Like, I love you, I support you, but I'm going through my own stuff. And, you know, and if they're real and they're your friend, they'll understand that, and they won't try to lay a guilt trip and make you feel bad by, drawing a boundary with them and stuff like that. And if they tend to do that, well, you know what? You can't control how they react and how they respond. That's on them, right? You're only accountable for your stuff. So as to how they feel, just let them feel that. They'll get through it. You'll get through it. I know it sounds cold, but it's just communicate it, that you need someone there. And I'm sure that someone who can actually be there for you will be there for you. And for the ones that can't be there for you at that moment in time, please don't take it personal. It's tough. Oh God. Like, I think there's probably 90% of you that will watch this that's probably feeling it at some capacity, and we have to be there for one another, but we have to respect one another's boundaries at the same time. And I know for myself, I'm very protective of my energies, and I think everybody should be at this time. You have to try to, especially when you're trying to get yourself into a good headspace, right? And you find yourself there. You're going to have those moments where you're going to feel overwhelmed, and you're just, you don't feel like putting on face, especially for us females. I know me, it's like, if I put on makeup, then I feel like I accomplished something, There's times my headspace isn't into doing certain things. And when your headspace isn't into doing certain things, sometimes it depends on, I could say it depends on the person. Yes. But it's like, how they say fake it till you make it. Sometimes that works. But sometimes you can't give of your true self when you're weighed down. You know what I mean? Like for me, when I'm in a funk, and I know some of you that know me personally, I get like that. I take a hiatus, and I don't post nothing on any of my social medias, because of the fact that, I just don't feel motivated, and I just don't feel, but then there's times I have, and it's just like, wow, that actually made me feel better. So again, it would just be, you have to make that choice as to if you feel it's going to help you, or if it's just defeats the purpose at that time. And it's okay. It's quite all right, because sometimes, your creativity doesn't flow as good. Your headspace isn't into it and stuff like that. So you really need to take a time out for you to get your, energy restored and your mindset straight and all that kind of stuff. And, and for me, I need to find some tools within myself to help me through those days. Because there's days, that I feel some of you are just waiting for my post. And when I get feedback and it's like, well, you haven't posted. I miss your post. It feels good. But it's like, that's why I felt I wanted to do this for a post today, to talk about you're not alone through this. Because I hear it all the time. Like, you just don't feel like doing stuff to better yourself. Like, you don't feel like finding a new way to keep yourself motivated, like get up and exercise or change your eating habits. You know what I mean? Or change the circle of people that you're around. Like, whatever it is, there's just those days you just like, oh, fuck, whatever. Me, I just smoke. Speaking of which, I haven't smoked yet today. I should smoke. I got a pre-roll. Let me get a pre-roll going here. Let me get a pre-roll. I don't even know where my damn lighters are. I got all these lighters all over the place. But, yeah. So this is, I just want y'all to know that it's okay to feel these things. It's okay to feel like you want your space. It's okay to feel like you need someone to talk to. My thing is just always communicate it out, and someone will be there for you. You know what I mean? And again, don't take it personal, because some of y'all take it personal, and I can understand as to why. I can get that. But also too, for the ones that always seem to be carrying a big old thundercloud over your head, I know a lot of those people that are just negative all the time, and I hate to say it, change your shit, man, because you really kill a bitch's vibe. You really do. I can't go more than maybe 2 days, maybe 3. I might be in a funk, maybe 3. Very seldom is it 3 days. But I just can't put myself in a space where I'm always boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And my thing, I know, like I said, I know it sounds cliche and stuff, but how do you keep doing that? How do you keep stress over stuff you have no control over? Right? You have to change your defense mechanism on certain things. Like, if you've been a certain way all your life on, how you deal with drama and stuff. I've been that one. So I know exactly what that's like, but then it comes to a point where you're just like, enough is enough, and why lose sleep over something you can't control, and then go ahead and talk about that to somebody who's trying to keep upbeat, and you're still, oh, well, hey, shit going on. I can't find a job. So I'm looking, but I still can't find a job. Well, you know what? Even everybody else is looking for a job right now, and they're having the same problems. But as long as you're applying yourself, that's all you can do. But to sit there and lose sleep over it, me, I believe in God. So I trust in God to provide for me. I don't know everybody that's watching this if they believe in God or not, but believe that you're one step closer to your breakthrough. You are one step closer to a change of thought process, a change of life, or change of something. But you have to initiate that. And sometimes you can't depend on people. You can only depend on you and you alone, because people will always let you down. People will go through their stuff, so you just have to find it within yourself to be able to believe in yourself, to say, I can do this. I got this. I got this. I believe I got this, And at first you may not believe it, and that's okay. That's okay to not believe in yourself, but I'm going to tell you, keep telling yourself that, keep talking affirmations to yourself. Eventually you're going to believe in that. And you're going to see a turnaround, because power of the tongue. You speak things into existence. The ones that are always negative, what's always around them? Look at their lives. The ones that are always complaining, what's going on in their life? Just think about it for a second, right? The ones that go through stuff but still speak positive and still apply it for themselves, to them, apply themselves, they get breakthroughs. It's not a cigarette, it's a pre-roll. Because I know my girlfriend's like, that looks like a cigarette. No. But yeah. So I want y'all to know that through these times, you are not alone. That everyone's going through it at some capacity, some more than others. And sometimes it's okay to find a stranger that won't be biased. Sometimes those conversations with the stranger might be one of the best conversations you ever had. So I just had to say that, because I know for me, when I'm in my physical pain, I have some spine issues that I'm going through right now. And baby, let me tell you, when I'm in a funk physically, I don't feel like it really affects the mind. And then there's sometimes I talk to certain individuals and all of a sudden I feel like life was put back into me, that I feel like, it was nice to get that off my chest. It was nice to talk to someone who actually can relate to what I'm going through, right? So reach out for me. Don't take offense. If I don't respond, I could be going through my stuff and I just don't want, you got to protect your energies, people. Know this. You have to protect your energies. And you have to set those boundaries with people. And know that people are going to get upset. It's just human nature. I know you kind of take it. I have to take it as a compliment, though, because it's like, wow. But at the same time, don't. I know through experience, you sacrifice yourself for somebody else. Over a period of time, you take away from yourself and you lose yourself. And I've realized that. And that's a lot of time that I could never get back, right? So I love you guys. And I thank you for, for my supporters, just being there for me. I sit there and I'll make an apology and be like, sorry, I haven't reached it. A friend of mine said the other day, you don't know anybody an explanation. No, you're absolutely right. I don't know anybody an explanation about why I've taken a hiatus, but I choose to because I want people to know that they're not alone. I have my days too where I go through my shit, whether it's physical, whether it's me going through a healing process, something that I tapped into in my past. And, because I have those moments where, I haven't healed and I had a conversation or it surfaces after years of being, suppressed within. And all of a sudden I just need a day to release. It's okay to have that. Because sometimes you can't give all of yourself when you're going through something. So sometimes you just have to remove yourself from that situation. So that's my TED Talk for today with Straight Vibing with Lady J on that note. Now, on some good shit, well, it was Mother's Day. I had a lovely Mother's Day. Spent it with my daughters, talked to my son, didn't hear from my other son, but that's okay. They're all good. Life is good. Life is good. I have my outlet here to talk to y'all, to vibe with y'all, to laugh with y'all. This Friday, I will be streaming live. I got a bottle of Moscato that's been chilling for 2 weeks because I was supposed to do it the Friday before last, but again, with my physical stuff, but I will be on this Friday. So it is 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Gotcha. I got it. So yes. So if you're going to turn up, it'll be a vibe on Friday, like I said before. I'm going to be posting some stuff on my Instagram. I'm going to be doing some questions as well. So there'll be a segment where in the story of my IG, you guys will be able to ask questions, and I'm going to be more interactive with my following, as well as doing lives on my Straight Vibin' with Lady J IG page. So stay tuned for that. And summer's around the corner. My merch, I'm going to be pushing out my merch again. I've been kind of silent on that, but I don't really pressure sales. So I just let y'all know that it is available. So there'll be links that you guys can go and check it out and order yours. Get some Straight Vibin' gear on yourself this summer. Rock it out. We also do custom orders. So whatever your vibe is, I got you. So I got the link. I think it's a, check below. Check below. Click the link below. It will take you there. And yeah, still working on finalizing a couple of projects, and I'll keep you posted with that. And yeah, we're going to be straight vibing, like I've been saying. I appreciate the love, the support, the understanding that I get through my followers. You guys are everything. And for the haters, hey, I love you too. You guys, you don't need to give me the motivation, because I find the motivation within myself and my own people. But hey, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for talking the shit that you do, because some way, somehow, you're attracting more traffic my way doing that shit. So if that's the case, I love you for that. But so, yeah. So this was supposed to drop yesterday. Apparently, I was tied up because of Mother's Day. Beautiful day it was. So happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and for all the moms to be and the ones that are looking to be a mom. Keep going, keep doing. You guys are going to be great at what you do. And parenting comes from the heart. You can read books, but books will never dictate to you about being a parent. Just love your children unconditionally and just, communicate with them. That's the best thing I can give you. So everybody, I love you. I hope y'all are doing good. Stay positive. Know that you are not alone. Know that you are one day closer to your breakthrough. Know that you are one day closer to a peace of mind. All these good things, you are one moment closer to that. Just hang on. You've made it this far. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay? We're here. We got you. I love y'all. Until the next vibe session, keep vibing, whatever your vibe may be. Mwah, mwah. I love y'all. We will see you Wednesday. And continue to straight vibe, y'all. Mwah.